What's going on, guys? Seancutshair back with another video, and I have a crazy transformation for you guys today. My man Karan in the chair works at the gas station by my house, and I've been hounding him for a while to let me cut his hair when he finally decided to do it. Guys, basically he was a little bit afraid to get it cut. Every time he gets it cut, it's either long or short, right? Nobody knows how to do the in-between. So today we're gonna give him kind of a stylish, longer haircut, and we're gonna start off by chopping off some length to make it a little bit easier to work with. So a lot of you guys know I took a scissor work class with Barber Josh OP back in November, and we're gonna use his process today, guys. We're gonna start by sectioning from the crown. So I need to comb all the hair forward, away from the crown until we find the crown. Then we're gonna go from the crown to the recession area, following his natural head shape. So if you guys use the comb right, it will create very wide comb lines, as you're gonna see right here. Then you'll be able to stick the comb in and section the hair super nice and clean. And guys, when you make those lines, you'll be able to tell what hair wants to fall down and what hair wants to go towards the top, and that is where you will part the hair. So we got one side combed down. Now we'll go back to the crown and up to the other corner, doing the same thing. Go ahead and get the top all the way up and out of the way, section it up, and then we can start on the sides. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is set our foundation on the sides. Guys, this is a little bit different than block graduation. This is just really horizontal cutting. I'm pulling the hair out from the head, not down and into the rest of the hair, creating a weight line. We're just pulling the hair out and creating a guide. This is gonna be our guide that we're gonna follow to cut the sides. So this is gonna be the length that you're determining for the rest of the sides of the haircut. We started in the back. That's gonna make sure we have enough length in the crown area. Then we'll take it around to both sides, maintaining the same length all the way around, determining what our length will be on the sides. Now guys, one side of the haircut I cut off because I was standing in front of it the whole time. And you guys bear with me, this is the first time I've done an all scissor cut on a real person. So we're gonna take diagonal sections, as you guys can see, and then the very top guide that we started with, our foundation, is gonna tell us what length to cut on the sides. So you guys can see we'll do a diagonal parting and then comb that hair down. And then when we pull it out, you can see the foundation that we started with. We'll follow that all the way down, making the sides nice and consistent. Every section we're just gonna add a little bit of hair, again, pulling it out diagonally, and we can see our guide, and we'll work our way all the way around the sides of the head. Now guys, you will just follow this all the way around to the back of the head. Like I said, I didn't film the other side, but just imagine you do both sides until you reach the middle of the back of the head, and you will meet the other side that you already did. And you guys will see that when we get to the end here. So once we get behind the ear, guys, you will just follow that down, behind the ear, down to the back, all the way down to the bottom of the section. And you see, guys, we just take another section a little bit further and work our way from front to back. Another thing to note on this type of a haircut, guys, is you want the hair to be pretty saturated. That's gonna do two things for you. That's gonna allow you to get a good tension on the hair. It is also really gonna help you guys when you're sectioning. You see when I comb the part down, when I take the hair forward that I'm gonna use for the section, the rest of the hair stays in place. And if it is not wet enough, you guys are gonna have a tough time getting the hair to stay in place. And like I said, guys, this is the first time I've really done this on a real head. I did struggle a little bit. Honestly, I did the other side first. I told you guys I didn't film it very well, but that is good for me because you guys are not gonna see how hard I was struggling with this. And by the time we got on this side, I definitely got in much more of a groove, and it turned out much better. I also want to tell you guys I am using a YS Park comb. It is a 332. It is a fine tooth on one end and wide tooth on the other. The wide tooth is going to do well at helping you create those sections in the beginning, and then the fine tooth does great when we're in this section, and it's going to allow me to grab that hair. You guys see I can actually comb it from the top, and the fine teeth will pick that hair up, and that is a big help in this. If you guys were using like a wall taper comb or one of those wide tooth combs, you're not going to have as much help at grabbing the hair. And guys, these are my 5.5 inch fresh shears. If you guys are looking for some quality shears at a good price, check out Fresh Shears. I got a link in the description. But you guys don't need $1,000 shears to do a nice haircut. Fresh shears are affordable, about $100 each, and they do have a sweet trade-in program. So if you guys haven't seen my video about fresh shears, definitely check that out. All right, so now that we're done with the sides, guys, we have section the top pretty much down the middle, and I'm gonna take it out to each side and connect it with that top layer, that foundation that we started with. So you guys can see I found my guide from the back. We're gonna work forward, and as we get to the ear, we're gonna start to slope it out. We do wanna have a little bit more length in the front, kind of that pompadour shape. So you guys see now that we're getting to the ear, I'm going to start pivoting my hand out and making the front section a little bit longer. Now guys, he has such thick, coarse hair. I'm gonna go through and cross-check this, or not cross-check it, but double-check it. And you guys are gonna see there's a little bit of inconsistency here because we are dealing with so much hair. So no problem going back through one more time and making sure that we have it nice and consistent. Now, last but not least, because we split the hair and took it to each side, we will have a guide from each side, and we should have a peak in the middle. So that middle section will be the longest. You guys see when I pull the hair up, I have a short part on each side, and we're just gonna take that middle section off and keep it square on top. Now I did notice as I combed the hair back, all of that hair laying at the back was actually hanging over our foundation that we started with. So the last thing I'm gonna do with this length is pull it all back to that foundation and connect it to the same foundation that we started with. That way we know that everything flows together nice, nothing's gonna hang over like crazy, everything should be connected and lay super clean. Now we're gonna give it a nice little blow dry before we come in and polish it up around the edges. So guys, I'm just blowing it back, trying to get it dry so I can come in with my trimmer and clean up around the ears. We kind of want to leave this kind of natural looking. We're not going to get it too polished. We're not going to get him too crispy of a lineup or a taper. We just want to clean up the edges and make it look nice. Now you guys can see we have a little bit of funny growth right here that we're going to clean up. We just want to make it look like his beard blends in and transitions up into his hair, and then we can start working on the lineup. Now the idea of this haircut is that it is long and can kind of swoop back behind the ears. So I'm not going to touch any of that length, guys. We're just going to get the very edge here and make sure that he has a nice sharp C-cup. And then the same thing, we will go around the ear. We're not going to cut all of that length off. We do want it to lay natural and over the ear. So we will just slightly clean this up. Same thing around the ears. We're just going to clean up the edge. We're not going to give him a super sharp line around the neck either. Like I said, we want this to lay natural. We just want to polish it up a little bit right here. You guys can see I'm just doing a little bit of freehand with my trimmer. We're going to do a little bit of trimmer over comb right here just to clean it up a little bit. Like I said, we don't want to take too much length off. I want it to flow natural behind the ear, but just cleaning it up slightly. Now we'll do the same thing on this side, work on the back of the neck a little bit, and then you guys can check out the finished style. Alright guys, there is the before. Absolutely the craziest transformation I've ever done and the most hair I've ever cut off of one client. And there's the finished product, guys. All scissor cut, nice, sharp, long hairstyle. Like I said, guys, it was my first time, so don't be too harsh on me, but I hope it was helpful for you guys. I know there's not a lot of scissor work on YouTube, so I hope you guys took something away from this video. As always, guys, if you liked the video, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this haircut and this transformation. Make sure you guys subscribe. I got the filthy mod video dropping next where I put the GTX and the FX blade on an absolute hitter and a Gamma Evo. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next time.